Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Should we read the purport? We have book. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8. Text number. Shrinvatah Shraddhaya Nityam Grinatascha Svacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirghena Bhagavan Vishate Hridi
Bhagavan
Shrinvatah Shraddhaya Nityam Grinatascha Svacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirghena Bhagavan Vishate Hridi Shrinvatah Shraddhaya Nityam Grinatascha Svacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirghena Bhagavan Vishate Hridi Shrinvatah Shraddhaya Nityam Grinatascha Svacheshtitam Grinatascha Svacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirghena Shrinvatah Shraddhaya Nityam Grinatascha Svacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirghena Bhagavan Vishate Hridi Shrinvatah Shraddhaya Nityam Grinatascha Svacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirghena Bhagavan Vishate Shrinvatah, of those who hear, Shraddhaya, in earnestness, Nityam, regularly, always, Granataha, taking the matter, Cha, also, Svacheshtitam, seriously by one's own endeavors, Kalena, duration, Na, not, Atidirghena, very prolonged time, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, Vishate, becomes manifest, Hridi, within one's heart. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and are always taking the matter very seriously will have the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna manifested in their hearts within a short time. Purport. Cheap devotees or materialistic devotees of the Lord are very much desirous to see the Lord personally without meeting the requisite qualifications. Such third-grade devotees should know well that material attachment and seeing the Lord face to face cannot go together. It is not such a mechanical process that the professional Bhagavatam reciters can do the job on behalf of the third-grade materialistic pseudo-devotee. The professional men are useless in this connection because they are neither self-realized nor interested in the liberation of the audience. They are simply interested in maintaining the material establishment of family attachment and earning some material benefits out of the profession. Maharaj Parikshit had no more than 7 days to live. But for others, Maharaj Parikshit personally recommends that one hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, Nityam, always by one's own effort and with serious devotion also. That will help one to see the Lord Sri Krishna manifested in one's heart within no time. The pseudo devotee, however, is very anxious to see the Lord according to his whims, not making any serious effort to hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and without detachment from material benefit. This is not the way recommended by an authority like Maharaj Parikshit, who heard and benefited by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjalashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Gurata Parakam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I offer my humble obeisances to all the devotees who have assembled for this session this morning. I'm very happy and grateful to be at ISKCON, North Carolina. I sincerely seek blessings from His Holiness Veera Krishna Maharaj and Her Grace Urmila Mataji and all the assembled Vaishnavas here, so that I'll speak a few words on this beautiful shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto. I was asked by the devotees to speak something on the glories of Shravanam, hearing Krishna Katha. So during Tulsi Arati, they asked which shloka. I just remembered this shloka. Shrinvatah Shraddhaya Nityam Granatascha Swacheshkitam Kalena Na Atidirghena Bhagavan Vishate Hridi. Very beautiful shloka. After hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, few chapters from Sukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj is expressing his intense eagerness to hear more and more Harikatha, Krishna Katha. And he also shared his realizations. If we regularly hear Krishna Katha, Shrinvatah Shraddhaya Nityam, with Shraddha, with faith, if we hear Krishna Katha, Kalena Na Atidirghena, means without much delay, Bhagavan Vishate Hridi, the Lord will manifest in the heart. Not just hearing Shrinvatah Shraddhaya Nityam, not just regularly hearing Bhagavatam, Granatascha Swacheshtitam. Swacheshta means one's own endeavor. With one's own endeavors, we need to apply what we have heard. we need to at least make an honest, sincere, humble attempt to put the teachings that we have acquired by hearing Bhagavatam into practice. So that attempt to make the teachings of Bhagavatam practical and put them in practice inspires the Lord to appear in our hearts very soon. Bhagavan Vishate Hridihi Kalena na ati dirghena. Not so long time. Now we may have a question. The Lord is already there in the heart. How come the Lord has to manifest in the heart by hearing Bhagavatam? Lord is already there in the heart. One of the titles of the second canto chapters is the Lord in the heart. Lord is already personally present in the heart. Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita, Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati. Ishvara, the Supreme Lord in the form of Super Soul, is present in the hearts of all living beings. Not only human beings, not only devotees, every single living being. In fact, he is there in every single atom of the universe. Without his presence, nothing is animate. Nothing can exhibit its own natural intrinsic characteristics also. The characteristic of earth is fragrance. But Krishna is the source of fragrance. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Punyo gandha prithivyamcha tejas chasmi vibhavasau. I am the sweet fragrance. I am the natural fragrance of element earth. Also, when we are thirsty, we drink water and the taste of the water quenches our thirst. Krishna is there in water also. Krishna is personally present. Krishna says, Rasohamapsu kaunteya prabhasmi seshishuryayoho. The Lord is there in the hearts of all living beings. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. And the Lord is there in all living beings also. Then what is this shloka speaking that Kalena na ati dirghena bhagavan unshate hridi. Without much time, the Lord will manifest in the heart. Although the Lord is there in the heart, not many people realize it. Not many people acknowledge it. Prabhupada answers this question in this purports. Although the Lord is there, how many people are aware of this? How many people know that I am a servant of the Lord, I am connected to the Lord, Lord is there in my heart? Not many people. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam on a regular basis, we will realize the presence of the Lord. And at that time, Lord will not just act as super soul who just gives us inspiration, a remembrance of our past activities, of our past desires, but he acts as Bhagavan personally to guide us to his lotus feet. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. The Lord will give us the inspiration to come closer to his lotus feet. And there are many more such references within Srimad Bhagavatam that very beautifully declare that by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam on a regular basis, we develop devotion to the Lord. We also feel the presence of the Lord within the heart. And in fact, the Lord will become so enchanted by a sincere hearer of Srimad Bhagavatam that he likes to be captivated, captured and controlled, arrested within the heart of such a sincere devotee. Right in the first canto of Bhagavatam, first chapter, second shloka describes the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam Vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivatam tapatrayonmulanam Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamuni Krite Kim Va Parairishvaraha Sadyo Hridi Avarudhyatetra Kritivi Susrushubhis Takshanat. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Susrushubhi Takshanat, immediately. Something similar to this shloka. Kalena na ati dirghena and takshanat there. Immediately the Lord will enter the heart. Sadyo Hridi Avarudhyate. Atra Kritavi Susrushubhis Takshanat. Ishvaraha Sadyo Hridi Avarudhyate. Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, will immediately manifest in the heart of a sincere hearer of Srimad Bhagavatam. There are many more such references that emphasize the importance of hearing Bhagavatam and also describe the effect of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, it's important to hear. Then what do we get? We get Krishna in the heart. What else we want? You want more benefits of Hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam is filled with such benefits. Couple of shlokas later, our Parikshit Maharaj says, Pravishtah karnarandhrena svanam bhavasaroruham dhunoti shamalam Krishna salilasya yatha. When we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, we are inviting the Supreme Lord Krishna into our hearts through the ears. Ears are the doors, heart is our home. Our home has a door, and Krishna has to enter that door. How does Krishna enter the door? When we sincerely hear Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Nityam word is also coming in this shloka. Shrishnavatah Shraddhaya Nityam. Prabhupada writes a brilliant purport to this first canto shloka. Very popular shloka. Nashtaprayeshvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam on a regular basis, not only by hearing Bhagavatam regularly, but by also rendering service to a Bhagavata, person Bhagavata who has internalized the principles of Srimad Bhagavatam. So by serving these two Bhagavatas, book Bhagavat and person Bhagavat, what happens? Hridayantasto hi abhadrani. All the abhadras, all the anarthas in the hearts are completely eradicated. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu. The abhadras in the hearts, the anarthas, the misgivings, the bad qualities like envy, pride, lust, greed, all these things are washed away when we regularly hear Srimad Bhagavatam and render service to the devotees of the Lord. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu. Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Prabhupada writes in the purport that human logic fails to understand how, by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and rendering service to a sincere devotee, will eradicate the anarthas or abhadras within the heart. Human logic fails to understand, but it works. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Then what will happen? Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. When initially in the practice of bhakti, our bhakti is not naishtiki. There is no nishtha, there is no steadiness, there is no consistency, there is no regularity in the practice of bhakti. So sometimes we are very enthusiastic to hear, sometimes we are not so enthusiastic. Sometimes we are enthusiastic to render service, sometimes we are not enthusiastic. Sometimes we are eager to chant, sometimes there is no taste, it just goes down. So that unsteadiness in bhakti can be nicely addressed or vanquished by regularly hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhaktir bhavati naishtiki nityam bhagavata sevaya. By regularly hearing Bhagavatam and serving devotees, our bhakti will become very steady, very consistent, very regular. For regularity in bhakti, we need to regularly hear Bhagavatam. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya will make our bhakti naishtiki. And also that Bhagavatam will destroy the contamination in the heart. As this shloka says, Pravishtah karana randhrena svanam bhavasaroruham. By regularly hearing Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, we are inviting Krishna. Krishna, please enter my heart through my ear holes. Then Dhunoti Shamalam Krishna, that Krishna will destroy all the anarthas. Malam means contamination. All the contamination of lust, envy, pride, greed within the hearts are washed away by Krishna when we allow Krishna to enter our ear holes into our hearts. That's the effect of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Our heart will be cleansed. Krishna will manifest in the heart. Our anarthas are completely purified, and our bhakti will become very steady. And ultimately, we attain Krishna Prema also. You want proof for that? A very beautiful shloka in the first canto. Yasyam Vaishruyamānāyam Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpadyate Pumsaha Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. Yasyam Vaishruyamānāyam. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpadyate. Bhakti, devotion, love for Krishna, Utpadyate. It is developed by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly. Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpadyate. And Shoka, Moha, Bhaya are completely destroyed. Shoka is lamentation, Moha is illusion, Bhaya means fear. So all these three are completely vanquished. Not only our anarthas will be vanquished, our anxieties also will be vanquished by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam on a regular basis. The potency of the process of Shravanam cannot be underestimated. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, by hearing Krishna Katha, many devotees have developed deep attraction towards Krishna, deep devotion towards Krishna. They dedicated their lives to Krishna. And even the personal associates of the Supreme Lord Krishna demonstrate this principle in their activities in Krishna's pastimes. How did Rukmini Devi, the first consort of Krishna, develop attraction towards Krishna? By hearing about Krishna from the devotees of Krishna like Narada Muni and many other Brahmanas and sages who would come to their kingdom. Sritva gunan bhuvana sundara srinvatam te nirvishta karna vivaraihi aratongatapam. Sritva gunan, by hearing the qualities of Lord Sri Krishna, without even seeing Krishna, Rukmini Devi developed so much attraction towards Krishna that she desired Krishna as her husband, without even seeing. Her brother Rukmi was forcefully getting her married to Shishupal, but she wrote a letter, secret letter to Krishna, gave it to a Brahmana and requested him, please give this letter to Krishna. And Krishna read the letter, and Krishna came on his chariot and took away Rukmini Devi and married her. So all this attraction and intense attraction towards Krishna is developed by Rukmini Devi by hearing about Krishna from devotees. When we hear about Krishna from right sources, bona fide, authorized sources, Prabhupada writes in this purport, not by professional reciters who may speak Bhagavatam to get money and popularity. In Bhagavatam is also compared to Mohini Murti. Bhagavatam is definitely like sun, Puranarko Dhunoditaha, that can completely vanquish our misconceptions, the darkness of Kali Yuga. Bhagavatam is also like lamp, Adhyatma Deepamatititi Rishatam Tamondham. Just like a lamp destroys the darkness in a room, Srimad Bhagavatam destroys the darkness in our hearts. Okay. So many comparisons are there. Bhagavatam is also compared to a tasty fruit. Nigama kalpatarorgalitam phalam shukamukhadamritadrava samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhura orasika bhumi bhavuka. Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of the desire tree of all Vedic literatures. You need to hear Bhagavatam regularly. But Bhagavatam is also compared to Mohini Murti. All these are very simple, sweet comparisons. Lamp, sun, fruit. But Bhagavatam is Mohini Murti. You know how? Mohini Murti gave nectar, Amrit, only to the Devatas, not to the demons. She has hidden. Bhagavat nectar pot is there, right? Visible. To all the demons, every demon was expecting, I will get my share now, I will get my share now. She doesn't cheat me, she loves me. Like that they were expecting from Mohini Murti. And Mohini Murti gave that impression to all these demons that yes, she loves each one of them. And everybody is hoping that they will get their share of nectar. But she did not give a single drop to anyone. And one demon became restless, Rahu. He disguised himself as a Devata. And he came and joined the Devatas. And Mohini Murti gave some little nectar, and he was about to drink. Did not even pass his throat. Mohini Murti chopped off his head with Sudarshana Chakra. That is only to demonstrate the effects of drinking nectar, but not to bless that demon. So the main point here is, Bhagavatam is like Mohini Murti. Just like Mohini Murti distributed nectar to the Devatas and not the demons. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam will reveal its inner, deeper insights only to sincere devotees who approach Bhagavatam with a sincere desire to develop devotion to Krishna, sincere desire to destroy their anarthas, sincere desire to develop some inspiration to render service to Krishna and Vaishnavas. That should be the approach towards Srimad Bhagavatam, towards Krishna Katha. not with a desire to attain name, fame, prestige, money, popularity, become scholar. We may see Srimad Bhagavatam from grammatical perspective, scholarly perspective, or linguistic perspective and historical perspective. Yes, all this may be done. But ultimately, what Bhagavatam is meant for is to give us inspiration to love Krishna. Bhaktirutpadyate pumsaha. Ultimately, we need to develop devotion. Scholarship may be a small byproduct of hearing Krishna Katha. But end product is transformation of character and love towards Krishna. And transformation of our contaminated aspirations. There's a beautiful shloka in the second canto of Bhagavatam. Pibanti ye bhagavata atmanasatam kathamrutam shravanaputeshu sambhritam punanti te vishaya vidushitashayam vrajanti tacharana saroruhantikam pibanti ye bhagavata atmanasatam. By making their ears as cupped hands, the devotees drink the nectar of Krishna Katha. Pibanti. You drink with mouth, not with ears. But we hear Krishna Katha. We drink Krishna Katha with the bowl of our ears, and we drink like this. Then Kathamritam Shravana Puteshu Samhritam, when our ears are filled with Hari Katha, what will happen? Krishna enters the heart. We discussed several shlokas presented that Krishna enters the heart when we hear Hari Katha. Then Punantite Vishaya Vidushita Ashayam. Ashayam means aspiration, desires. The desires of a conditioned soul in this material world are contaminated by Vishaya, desire for sense enjoyment. Ashayam, aspiration is sense enjoyment. Aspiration is material enjoyment. Vishaya Vidushita. This aspirations of conditioned souls in this world are dushita, they're contaminated by sense enjoyment. Punantiti, Bhagavatam purifies those contaminated aspirations. Vishaya vidushitashayam prajantita charana saroruhantikam. Bhagavatam will also help us attain the lotus feet of Lord Krishna in the spiritual world. That's the potency of hearing Krishna Katha. That's why, even after doing so much of tapasya for several years, when the Supreme Lord manifested in front of the devotees, devotees are asking for an opportunity to hear Krishna Katha in the association of devotees. Dhruva Maharaj performed tapasya for 6 months. Initially, what was his aspiration? I want to attain a position superior to my great-grandfather Brahma. Initially, what was he desiring? He wanted to take revenge on his stepmother Suruchi, who insulted him. He also was envious of his stepbrother Uttama. So with envy in the heart, with revengeful attitude in the heart, with a material ambition in the heart, he chanted Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And Narada Muni gave him guidance. His own mother Suniti gave him blessings to worship the Lord. Although he began with a contaminated aspiration, eventually he became so pure. When the Lord manifested in front of Dhruva Maharaj after 6 months, Dhruva did not ask, "Oh Lord, give me a position superior to great-grandfather Brahma." He did not ask, "I want to take revenge on my stepmother, kill her." He did not ask, "I'm envious of my stepbrother, you destroy him." He did not ask all that. You know what he asked? Bhaktim muhu pravahatam tvayi me prasango bhuyadananta mahatam amalashayana yenanja solbada muru vyasanam bhavabhim neshye bhavat gunakatham mritapana mattah. Oh Krishna, all I want is the association of your sincere devotees. Because in their association, bhaktim muhu pravahatam tvayime prasango. In the association of your devotees, bhakti is constantly flowing. Krishna Katha is constantly flowing. Bhuyad ananta mahatam amalashayanam. They're ananta mahatam. They're unlimitedly glorious. Amalashayanam. They have pure aspirations. Yena anjasa ulbana muru vyasanam bhavabhim. This material world is like an ocean. It's extremely fierce, very dangerous, infested with so many sharks of 6 senses and 6 anarthas. But I will be able to easily cross over this material ocean when I become intoxicated by hearing your qualities. Neshye bhavat guna kathamrita panamattah. Panamattah, drink. Bhagavatam, Harikatha, Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalaya, Matta, become intoxicated by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, by hearing Harikatha. Then you become oblivious to all tribulations and temptations of this material world. To become transcendental to all temptations and tribulations of this material world, we need to hear Krishna Katha, as so beautifully described in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Dhruva Maharaj said this after seeing the Supreme Lord. The Lord is directly there. Okay, if he's not interested in all the material boons that he has aspired for before, he could have asked for liberation, but he did not ask for liberation also. He wanted an opportunity to hear Krishna Katha in the association of devotees. He just moves few chapters ahead in the canto, fourth canto. You come to the episode of Prithu Maharaj. What did Prithu Maharaj ask? Nakama yenatha tadapyaham kvachinna yatra yushmacharanambujasavaham mahattamantar hridayan mukhachito vidhatsva karnayutameshamevaraha. He said that I don't want liberation. All I want is hundreds and millions of years to be able to hear Krishna Katha as spoken by your devotees. Vidhatsva karna ayutameshamevaraha. In the next sloka, he continues. Sa uttama shloka mahan mukhachito bhavat padam bhoja sudha karnanila smritim punar vismrita tattva vartmanam kuyoginam no vitaratya lamvaraihi. He said that the potency of hearing Krishna Katha from pure devotees is so great. Sa uttama shloka mahan mukhachito. When we hear the sound vibrations uttered by pure devotees, and when we allow the sound vibrations to enter our ear holes, what happens? The saffron dust particles of Lord Krishna, which are there within the hearts of devotees, those saffron dust particles will enter our ear holes when we hear Krishna Katha. Bhavat padam bhoja sudha kananila. And when that saffron dust particles of Krishna enter our ear holes, basically when Krishna enters our ear holes, smritim punar vismrta tattva vartmanam. The conditioned souls in this material world are wandering in this world, forgetting their tattva. Vismrta tattva. They have forgotten their own tattva. They have forgotten their own identity as servants of Krishna. We are Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. Our Swarupa is to be servants of Krishna, but we have forgotten that tattva. Smritim punar. By hearing Krishna Katha from devotees, we will remember that. Hearing Harikatha revives our remembrance of our own original identities as servants of Krishna. Therefore, I want to hear Krishna Katha in the association of your devotees. Whenever we get little distracted or deviated from our practice of devotional service, whenever we become carried away by our power, position, designations, opulence in this material world, what brings us back on track is hearing Krishna Katha from bona fide sources. That's what Prithu Maharaj is aspiring. Oh Lord, please give me the association of your devotees. I want to hear Krishna Katha in that association. Further, if we move a little ahead in the fourth canto of Bhagavatam, Prachetas, they heard Rudra Gita, the song sung by Lord Shiva, from Shiva himself. And they chanted that Rudra Gita for 10,000 years under waters. After 10,000 years, Lord Vishnu came on the back of Garuda, flying inside the water. They're still there inside the water. Can birds fly inside the water? But Garuda can fly inside the water also. So he entered the water. He gave darshan. Now the Lord is ready to offer any benedictions. He said, my dear princess, sons of Prachinabarhi, I am very pleased with your friendship. Varam vranidham bhadrambo yuyame napanandana sauhardena apruthak dharma tushtoham sauhrdena. I am very pleased with your friendships, loving friendships and bhakti. You ask anything that you want. You know what they said? Yavatte maya yasprishta bharamamayiha karmabhi tavad bhavat prasanganam sangasyanno bhave bhave. All we want is association of your devotees. We don't want to get liberated from this cycle of birth and death. Even if we have to take another birth, no problem. Even if we have to take another birth because of our karma, yavatte mayaya sprishta, by touching, because of being affected by karma, if we have to go to different lifetimes, no problem. But tavad bhavat prasanganam sangasya no bhave bhave. We want your association of your devotees. Because in that association, there is constant discussion about Krishna. Who are devotees? Those who do macchitta madgata prana bodhayantaha parasparam. Those who constantly discuss Krishna's glories are devotees of Krishna. Parasparanu kathanam pavanam bhagavatyashah mithoratihi mitha tushtir nivrittir mitha atmanah. Devotees are those who mutually discuss about the glories of Krishna. Pavanam bhagavatyashah, because they are discussing Bhagavatyasha, glories of Krishna. Pavanam, they are completely purified. We want association of those pure-hearted devotees who constantly discuss about your glories. Prachitas are not asking for anything else. In this way, even after performing so many austerities, even after getting darshan of the Supreme Lord directly, devotees are aspiring for an opportunity to relish Krishna Katha in the association of Vaishnavas. That's the greatest aspiration of so many devotees. And if you go to the topmost devotees of Krishna, the Vrajavasis, and amongst Vrajavasis, the highest devotees of Krishna, the Gopis of Vrindavan, they are singing this Gopi Gita. And right in the middle of Gopi Gita, you know what they said? Tava kathamritam tapta jivatam kavibhiriditam kalmashapam Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Vigrinatiye Bhurida Jana Tava Kathamritam, the nectarian narrations of your topics. Krishna Katha is two types. Topics spoken by Krishna, topics spoken about Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita spoken by Krishna, Bhagavatam spoken about Krishna. Tava Kathamritam. Tapta Jivanam. Jivana means it's the life-inducing force for all tapta, all those who are suffering in this world. For those who are suffering in this world, the real jivan, real life is Krishna Katha, Krishna Kathamrita. Who are suffering in this world? Number one, conditioned souls, definitely. Material miseries. They're suffering the threefold material miseries. For them, the life-inducing nectar is Krishna Katha. And there are other people who are suffering. Sincere devotees are also suffering in separation from Krishna. The example is gopis themselves. They are suffering in separation from Krishna. What relieves them of that suffering? Krishna Katha. In separation from Krishna, they are remembering Krishna's pastimes. They are enacting Krishna's pastimes. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham. Kavibhiriditam, great kavis, transcendental poets also glorified Krishna. Who are poets? Two types of poets. One, ancient poets. Two, contemporary poets. Srila Prabhupada writes in the first canto, fourth chapter, first purport. Although Krishna Katha is present, I'll have to complete. I'll complete in 1 minute. Krishna Katha is sung by great ancient poets. Still, contemporary poets also discuss Krishna Katha. Hare Krishna, we'll conclude here. I'm sorry. Nirantaraya Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna Krishna